Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about the whole recruiting process. I know the system is built to make it as complicated as possible for you, but there are some loopholes how you can make your life so much easier. So usually there are a few steps within job seeking process. The first one, you need to look for the jobs and then send out the resumes to the potential recruiters. So then most of them also require motivational letters. And after that, you need to prepare yourself for the interviews. And if you're lucky enough, there are not that many rounds of the interviews. So the whole process might be super time consuming, but today I want to talk to you about 3 ChatGPT plugins that are gonna make your life so much easier within that process. The first one will be Resume Copilot, which makes it super easy and quick to compose your resume in a few minutes. The second one is Motivation Letter, which will help you to write tailored motivational letters to every job posting you're going to apply to. And the last one is Job Interview, which is going to be as a trainer for practicing your job interview skills. And now we're going to go and dive into a single one of them. The first one we have here is Resume Copilot, which looks like that. If you don't have it, you just go to plugin store, type it in here and install it. So here we can say that I want to hone my resume. Here you go. That is a pretty easy, simple prompt that you're going to start with. And here we go. We are ready to work. Usually, as you can see, it gives you the link so you can upload the resume, for example, your old version. And then we can edit together with ChatGPT. Sometimes there's so many rules, so many exceptions on what to write, what to avoid. Every recruiter says different thing here. ChatGPT helps us to structure and ease the whole process a little bit. Here we go. You can see the new window opens up. You can upload your old version of resume, and you can also upload the picture that we might include into the resume. Today, I'm just going to go with the resume. And here we go, upload. Once it's uploaded, you're going to see the successful pop-up window. Just a few seconds. Here you go. So here for the first step, you need to send a done prompt. And then the system knows that you've uploaded your file and we're ready to work with that. I know there are a few ways to approach it. Different people might have different needs, but I'm going to show you the one that most of us have, education. And we can type, I want to make my education section more precise, for example, because the rest, I understand every field and every sphere might have different needs. And it's pretty hard to cover all of those. I'm just going to go with the easiest path, and we're going to talk how to use plugin on the example of using it to make the education part as coherent as possible, as precise as possible. So here you go. We can combine the degree and the field study in one line, specify the type of degree, remove master's diploma since it's redundant, and align the dates to the right and clear look. No change, just alignment. Okay, proceed with all the changes. Here you go. It might take a little bit of time, but again, I promise you, it's so much easier than getting your resume updated every time and maybe changing that every time to different vacancies, because again, you want to have different highlights and spotlight a little bit of different information of different aspects of your previous positions. And here you go. It's gonna update the resume in smaller chunks. So we can also, after once it's done, we're gonna have a ready file with different formats. So we will have options to download, for example, either in PDF if you just want to download it and send it right away to the potential recruiter, or you can also download it in the text format just to save it for the future reference, or in case you want to change it little thing, so it will be easier for you to change it on the application you're using for the text files, for example. And don't forget that it's just the first step. After that, we're going to talk about motivational letters that might be even more time consuming comparing to the resumes, because it also requires some creative thinking and creative writing from you. And the last one is the job interview trainer, which again is super complicated when it comes to train by yourself. Of course, you can talk to the mirror for hours and hours, but sometimes you cannot prepare without the other people, or you have to spend lots of time Googling the questions that might be asked specifically for the position you're looking for. And those two plugins that I'm going to show just in a bit, once we are done with the first one for the resumes, going to make your life much, much easier, I promise you. So we are on our last steps. I just love how it also adds a little bit of emojis in Hawaiian style. Just makes my day a little bit brighter, to be honest. And here we go, almost there. Again, as I was mentioning before, it's going to change the wording of that, the alignment of that. So like basically the structure and the design, which makes it super useful, because sometimes you try to edit every bullet point on every space or something and drives you crazy. And from now on, you can actually focus on the things that do matter, on your experience and looking for the company that you're actually interested in working with. So here we can go to the final thing. We have 3 templates from now on, and we are gonna add more and more. So we can meet needs of different people. Maybe some want to have a little bit coldish, a little bit sans serif. For me, for example, I'm gonna go with the first one just because I want a simple version of that. I'm gonna download the PDF version just because I think it's easier for me right now. And once it's done, 30, 50 seconds as usual. Also, once it's ready, we're gonna use this particular resume that we just composed together for the second prompting the second message for the next plugin that we're going to use. And this one is Job Cover Letter. So we're shifting to our second part, where we're going to use plugins to compose the letter for every position. Again, if you don't have it, just go to plugin store and install it with the easy way as I showed before. Now we're going to start right away. I want to have a cover letter. Don't overthink it. Sometimes if you're not even sure what the particular plugin does, you can just go to the plugin and the first prompt can be, please list the features that you have and how I can use those features in my favor. And usually the chat boxes just will compose the list or the table of all the features they've got. Okay, we can have the URL for job posting or for the specific position. Additionally, you need to review the resume. Once you provide the job, I can link you to the resume. So first of all, for example, I do not have the link. I will provide a description. Usually it should work. Just let's give it a second, because usually what our plugins do, they give you the options. You can either just copy and paste the link to the particular job posting you have, or in case, I don't know, you don't have it or you lost it, or maybe the job you found was on Instagram or something, you can copy the description, paste it here, and we can see, oops. Yeah, yes, as you can see, so basically I found the market sales leader position. I copied all the requirements and everything from the job description. Yeah, no problem. That's what we need, blah, blah, blah. And here we can just, oops. And here we go. And yes, we're ready to get started. Once it has all the information about the posting, probably we will need to upload our resume. The resume I'm going to use is going to be the one that we created together with the help of the previous plugin. Here we go. We can upload it as it was before. When it's uploaded, it's going to be I'll find a successful pop-up. Then we prompt here done. And here we go. So firstly, like in the form of preview, it shows you the structure and so on and so on. In the end, in case, for example, let's imagine it did it perfectly from the first time, and you're happy with the results, we can say that we want to download the file. So the process as seamless as possible. For you, here you go, warm regards. Here also, for example, at ABC Solutions or the hiring manager at Handle Recruitment, sometimes it provides you cover letter with a placeholder, so you can just prompt it to change those and provide you with a downloadable link. We can say, okay, we don't even need to say that we want to download it right away because I scanned it. It gives all the keywords that I wanted for my particular position. It gave also the background from my experience that I provided from the resume that I uploaded. We can just, in case I want to oh, okay, it's already done it. We can just go to the link right here. And again, for example, I want to be it as easy as possible for me. So I'm downloading it in PDF and I'm ready to send it. And here you go, you already have all the information composed with a good structure. It is relevant to your experience and also to the position that you are applying to. And the last but not least important, we've done the job cover letter already, but what we're gonna do is do the job interview practice. So the last step usually in the recruitment process is to go to the company and actually have an interview with your team leader, boss, or manager. And sometimes you want to know ahead what kind of questions you can be asked. For example, you've never worked in this particular industry or you're changing the position and you're not really sure what to prepare yourself for. Of course, you've done some research before, but ChatGPT can save you so much time in that terms. So for example, I want to train for the interview for the following position. And you can also right away, oh no, I firstly sent it. But again, it gives you two options. You can either paste the link to the job posting that you're interested in, or you can provide the description of that. I'm providing the description because it's just easier for me in this particular case. And what it does afterwards, it analyzes the information that you've sent and it prepares 5 to 10 questions that are going to help you to train yourself for the position that you chose. Here we can see the first question. Describe a time when you successfully achieved or exceeded the sales target, because I'm applying for the sales position. And for example, you're not really sure, it's a challenging question for you, and you can be honest and just write, I'm not sure how to reply to that. And ChatGPT is going to give you a few tips and tricks how to compose the right answer. So basically, it's going to describe what the answer, the perfect accent that recruiters are usually looking for consists from, what it needs to include. And then usually it also gives you the template or so-called example for this particular question. Here is a simple structure. Try to frame. Can you give me the example of the answer for this particular question, for example? Certainly, and the situation, it also gives you like the structure that it had before: situation, task, action, result. It breaks down the story, the sample story that it is composing based on the structure it provided before. So for you, it's easier in the future to follow the structure and give the actual answer during the interview that you're going to have. And if you do know the answer, there's going to be like the second question, for example. You can type the answer that you would reply to. I'm not going to have it now and showcase this thing because I just don't want to spend your time coming up with an answer for the sales questions. However, once you provide it, you can see the feedback of the ChatGPT plugin and then proceed with the next questions and actually prepare yourself. Because when you're writing it down, it also helps you to structure your thoughts. And once you send it to the plugin, it also gives you the feedback based on your answer. So it's a great back and forth training when you don't need to ask your friends or call your friends and ask for the help to train for the interview that you're going to have. And I really hope that makes the whole recruiting process very easier and you're going to land the job of your dreams. And in case you have any problems or issues or challenges using any of those tools, please shoot an email to our support team and they will do their best for you to have the seamless experience that you deserve with our plugins. Thank you very much and good luck with the job seeking process.